Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Messages of Love from Above. We'll be jumping into the readings. If you want to know how the free readings work, be sure to check out the description box of the video. It'll tell you the skinny on how all of that works while I'm setting up my desktop here. So apologies, I'm not looking at you. And so we look like we're good there. All right. And if you haven't seen my updates yet, I want to make sure everyone knows, first of all, that I started a new um, series that I'll do every Monday. I'm going to call it Moon Day Mondays. Here's the link from this Mondays. And happy Cancer Moon. The moon moved into Cancer, but these videos talk all about all the phases of the moon as far as like what sign it's moving through, any other significant planets that jump out to me to share so that we're prepared for the energies that we experience throughout the week. So just want to make sure you guys are aware of that. And then I'm changing my Take 10 with Zen to Tuesday. So it's going to be Take 10 with Zen, I guess Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, right? But every Tuesday I do put those readings out. And this last Tuesday was Spirit Sings. So it talks about connecting with spirit through song. So if you want to check that out, and then all the link to all the playlists are actually in the description box of the video. So if you want to catch up on some, they're all available there. And then I guess I'll call it What's Up Wednesdays. We have a pick a card that I put out each week. And so this is what Spirit wants you to know. This has to do with how can I transform frustration? So that's really cool there. So also, if you are a Praying Mantis member, I offer YouTube memberships now. Not only do you get advanced access to the next videos of all three of those, you actually, after each one of these sessions, both on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning, and Friday and Saturday night, I have a special Praying Mantis session for free readings. And then even on Thursday nights, I have a Q&A and readings from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you're interested in checking out the memberships, there's links in the description box of the video too, if you're interested in looking into that. I also put out winners of the last of the weekly giveaways. Here's a link to my giveaway playlist, and in the video playlist, it'll show the most recent for the monthly. I'm moving from weekly giveaways to monthly, trying to balance time and try to balance doing new things and some other stuff. If you want to check those out, you can have a chance at winning some monthly prizes. And then also, we had here, I made an announcement also that I'm giving away 50% off for the rest of 2023 off of my personal pre-recorded readings, my Hedges of Peace and Love, and my Wish Upon a Star Astro reading. So if you want to check into any of those, all the pricing and all the links to what those things are all in the description box of the video. So blah, 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 blah. That's all of my announcements. That's why I started a little early to get all those in there without impacting the reading time. I will be on for about 2 hours. So at 7:55 Mountain Time, which is 2 hours from now, I will be skipping out to the Praying Mantis session. So we'll try to get through as many free readings as we can here. I'm going to use the circular tarot. So we're going to start off with these and we will get into the reading. So hopefully everyone's having a great Friday and happy weekend to everyone. And up first, we've got Dijona. Hey, Dijona. So you would like a money reading? Yes, show me the money. So let's take a look here. Happy weekend, Angel. Hey, Alice. Everyone else. Hey, hello again, Rhonda. Hey, Felicia. Hey, everybody. Everyone that I missed, my apologies. All right. Let's take a look here, Dajona, and see where or what Spirit wants you to know about the money. So let's take a look here. All right. Well, so for a money reading here, pretty powerful cards, two major arcana. One has to do with the hermit journey, which is important. There is this energy of taking a step back, connecting with your higher self and spirit here with that star in the lantern, and understanding what is it that my wish come true? What do I want out of money and abundance in my lifetime? This is like coming to truth, capital T truth of what I really want and how. Not really so much the how is the what, leaving the how and the when up to spirit. But there's also the emperor that comes in here who hears a lot of advice from people in life about the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, must amount around money. And we just took them all on, all these opinions throughout our lives because we don't know any better. Everyone, we're all taught the same stuff, a lot of the same stuff of look at for all your money and advancement and your definition out here. And the emperor at some point goes, all right, I've heard enough of what everyone has to say. Everyone can step off, step out of the throne room, and I'm going to make the decisions. And the emperor is about putting form to those decisions around finance. So I feel like the first big thing is to really look into what is it that I truly want and how do I want to get there. Um, I don't know if I've shared this book. I talk about it a lot. It's an amazing book called Tapping into Wealth. This is good for everyone. Margaret Lynch, she talks about tapping is, and this is how we connect. We can connect with our inner child and these subconscious beliefs. It's an amazing book. It really brings a lot of awareness out. So I highly recommend that book if it resonates with you. And it even comes with free videos where she talks to you, and it's really good. She's really hilarious, really fun, really informative, and it can help us understand about the barriers that we've built between us and wealth, and a lot of it is subconscious. So um, I like that hermit really spoke to me of diving deep into the subconscious and to, beyond like I have that video of Take 10 with Zen episode 4 or 5 that talks about the Six of Pentacles and removing the obstacles between us, and balancing out our giving and receiving. But I really loved the book. I read it last year, and maybe I'll uh, bring that into some sort of videos too, but we'll see. But that's what they have for you right now, Dajona. So many blessings to you. And Felicia Fang, hello, hello. So you'd like to ask the universe, when will you get an actual job offer? All right. So the universe is removing things for you to make open space. Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look here. Well, looks like it's going to be coming up here soon. Because here's the 10. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is the wheel is turning. Things are happening fast. Things are coming in here. And with the moon card here, there's these moon cycles. Let's see. So we're in Cancer moon now. And then Leo moon comes in Sunday, Monday. And then after that comes the Virgo, right? Virgo, and then Libra, and then Scorpio. We definitely have a new moon that's coming up here in Virgo, which is all about work schedules and everything. For some reason, they were just zipping me up there. So I feel like you're going to be getting this job offer very quick here with that Wheel of Fortune. Let me see here. Let me grab my calendar. Let me just clear off all this junk here. Because I think it's next Tuesday or Wednesday. Actually, just put out a video on it for my Zen, not my Zen, my praying mantises. I believe it is. Yeah, the new moon is on September 14th, and it is in Virgo. So, Yeah, and Mercury goes direct on Friday. So I feel like Thursday, Friday of next week, by then, you're gonna be getting some answers and some offers. So I feel like it's fast, fast, fast because new moon, new beginnings. Virgo is about your work schedule, doing the work, um, that as well. So I like it. So get ready. I feel like it's like that fast is when it should be coming here for you. If not, definitely by the end of September. I feel like that feels so far off. It feels like it's like next week kind of feel to it. All right, Felicia. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings. And then, Blessed One, you'll be my next free reading, but I do honor donations and prioritize those. So, Anita Abdul, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know the person that's on your mind, their current feelings for you. Let's take a look here. All right. So those are current feelings. Let's see what else they want you to know around this here. Hey, Anita. Let's see what we've got here. All right. Yeah, it looks like here they're on their nice little journey here. The 7 of Pentacles is this watching the grass grow. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So I feel like they are taking their time here. They're trying to make up their mind about things in life. They're kind of at this interesting pivot point in their life where they're deciding where to go, what to do next in life, blah, 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 right? So they're kind of looking here, but they do have here with the Empress, there is love energy here. There's attraction, sensuality, new birth. So they see this and they're kind of like, I can see the fruit of this happening. And they're like, they're biding their time though. Excuse me, because um, there is an uncertain future and they don't want to um not like an uncertain future with you, just their future is uncertain, like they're no it's almost like they don't know if they're moving or going away and they're like, well, I don't know if I, what if I, you know stay, what if I don't stay, what if, I don't want to start up something and do all this and then not have things unfold, because they've got a lot of decision making here. We've got the Two of Wands, we've got the Two, the High Priestess, and the Two of Pentacles. So the Two is like choices, right? They have a lot of intuitiveness. They have this, well, I want to do this, I want to do that. They have a lot of their heart, which is emotion, right? It's like, I want this, but all of these decisions are hiding behind the High Priestess, which is divine feminine energy. They are afraid to make the wrong choice, so they're just waiting for the choices to be made. They're waiting. That's what the divine feminine does, is they wait to receive, whereas the divine masculine energy is the manifestation and movement and action. The queen waits for things to be brought to her. The king demands things to be brought to them. And then, both the king and the knight bring to the queen kind of energy, right? So I feel like they've got those emotions, they've got those things going on, but like the fears here, this is what's holding them back is their 8 of Swords. They have thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make them feel blinded and bound and trapped. It's almost like their future they feel is outside of their hands, and that things are being planned for them, and they feel like they just have to go along with it. Because they've got the 6 of Pentacles here, which I talk about this in the Take 10 with Zen, episodes 4 and 5 around faded stuff, and this shows me that a lot of this what's going on here is they've got this out of balance giving and receiving that goes way back to when they were a young child, where, they had to give so much to a parent, a grandparent, someone significant in their life that they wanted love back from, but they didn't get it. Like 7 years old and younger child, right? and they had to give so much, got so little, and they believe that there's this out of balance type of giving and receiving that has these barriers, that has these stuff built up where they don't feel they're like worthy to receive, I guess is a good word for it. But I feel like they're waiting, waiting, waiting. I can't make the wrong decision. I have to wait for it to be offered to me, and I'm not sure if you're in a place where um, I almost feel like their parents are arranging their life for them in a way of either, culturally, if I can say that, um, or just manipulatively, if that makes sense. So I just feel like they feel like their life is outside of their control, and they're waiting for it to be dictated to them. So very interesting energy coming in here. But that Empress does show there is attraction, sensuality, there is emotion, because the Empress does, rule over all four queens. So she's got all four with her: mind, body, say mind, body, emotion, and spirit, like attraction and passion and inspiration. But I just feel like they are bound, and they're just waiting for decisions to be made. It just keeps on coming in. So that is what is coming in there. So that's what they have for you, Anita. So thank you again so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. All right. And hang in there. Hey, Crow's Nest. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. Hey, Fire Spawn. I actually I didn't get to you in the morning session, but if you look at the morning session in the pinned comment, there's actually a video of a link to a second. I went on after my afternoon session with my praying mantis members and completed them all. So I did answer that already. If you want to go listen to that, um, I believe it was something like they are single, and it feels like they were recently single, maybe a couple months or so. But if you want to check it out, to get down, because it may be a while before I get down to in this one, but I definitely remember your name because it stood out in the question. So so there you go. All right, Crow's Nest. I'm just gonna take a quick sip here. Evidently, you can see clouds moving in. I can tell. My head warns me when weather change comes in. Barometric pressure, a barometer. All right. So let's take a look here. Hugo's next actions. All right. So you started talking again. Okay. Let's take a look here. Let's see what's going on with Hugo here. Yeah, I didn't get to Fire Spawn in the morning session, but you'll see the morning session, and then you'll see I have like a praying mantis member only session. And then you'll see when I think I went like this in the video picture. That's I went on in a special session, and that's where yours is at. If you want to save yourself some time. All right. So let's take a look here. Okay. Let's see what we got happening here. What does this mean? What is hidden and not seen? All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, you know, it looks here, I can see their next actions here. Of course, here's the Two of Cups, ending of old cycles, beginning of new journeys. The Eight of Strength here, which is about them turning inward and trusting their movement forward in that, there's this energy that's coming in here that I feel like you got two major arcana with, the Two of Cups, which is an important relationship. I just don't feel like they don't have this strength to put an end to things. It's interesting here, and let me show you the other ones because, we've got the New Love card here, and we've got the Hidden and the Unknown, and we've got the Deceit card. So when there's deceit in here and there's this, the moon is hidden and unknown things, when these type of cards come out together, these two, it shows me there's something that they're not being truthful and honest about. And I almost feel like there's another love interest that's coming in here. And I know we don't want to hear that. I know I wouldn't want to hear that. So I'm sorry that I have to be the one to say that, which I feel like you already know because you've got the Queen of Cups, which is your intuition, your spidey sense, your connection to your gut instinct. And I feel like that is you, and you understand that. You can see into she's like the high priestess. She sees into the hidden and the unknown. And like I told my first ex, I go, why, you know who I am? Why do you even try lying to me? What's the use? I mean, I'm going to know. Why do you even just make things up? And it's like, why are you not just, coming forward and saying what you want um and mentioning, that you're undecided because there's a lot of obviously indecision that's in their mind here. There's like two, again, there's two choices, right? And they're like standing in the middle trying to decide. And even with the Two of Cups is like an emotional decision coming in. It's like, okay, well, what do I want? What do I want? And it just feels like they're undecided. They don't know what they want to do, but there's a lot of unspoken and this whole, well, I don't know, I'm afraid to me because I might fall deeper. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like crying shenanigans. But, we've got the Page of Wands, which is new passion, new energy, but the Zero card is what comes after this card. Endings and new beginnings, the last card in the major arcana, moving into the full card, which is, the beginning of a new journey without any restrictions, without any intentions, just doing what the heck I want, like a little kid who has no restriction of the someone saying no, yes, no, praise and punishment, trying to have intentions. And this is like, I feel like they just want to be able to express their passion without any attachments, and that's what I feel like they're wanting to do. It's like they're I don't know, it just feels like there's a second individual, this other, new newness in here that is what is this because it came out with all of this, the hidden and the unknown and the deceit here. And they just don't have the strength to, say what they want because they feel if they're honest, like, "I wanna date you and other people," type of thing, and if it's like, "Well, but I know you won't want that, so I don't wanna tell you that, but I'm afraid, but this, but that, but this, but that," and they're just I don't know, it just feels very fickle in some ways. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right for you. I just feel like and I feel like this is what you're picking up on, right? Excuse me, you're sensing there's a lot of other stuff behind the scenes. Something else is going on. It just feels wishy-washy to me. The energy that I'm picking up, it just feels wishy-washy. More washy than wishy. Wishy-washy washy. And I feel like I want to pick another card. I'm so sorry. How about frog in my throat? All right. I think that took care of it. Let's see here. Let's go to the getting nosy. I know. I want to jump into the psychic tarot oracle. Just want to know what's happening here. What is happening? Yeah, well, we got a solar plexus chakra, which this is all about the relationship to ourselves. So I feel like this is a draw inward, of course, not outward. Um, the adrenal glands, fire element, I can. So the solar plexus chakra, of course, is down here by our belly button, ish, and it says it represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. The energy center where your emotions and feelings are recorded. And this chakra is associated with inner feeling or clairsentience, which is the major psychic reception area. So trust your gut and trust your instinct, girl. So to balance the chakra, you may want to try yoga, dance and movement, or breath work with color. In addition, be aware of the people who drain your energy. Workshops and classes that focus on empowerment will help you open and harmonize your this area. So yeah, I just really feel yeah, you're like, it's okay, you knew, right? You're like, yeah, it's all right. And like I said, you are in tune. So they're saying listen to your intuition, and I feel like you're like, you know, think there's something more going on here, right? So that's what's coming in. Right? Oh, yeah. Next. So let's take a look here. Thank you for your additional donation, Crow's Nest. Let's take a look here and see. All right. We got one, two, three. So it looks like something's building here. Well, I suppose so. Your first card is the lovers. So is anyone coming? Yes. All right. So thank you for your additional donation. I'm just kidding. We're of course going to dive deeper. Yes. Wow. And three major arcana so far. Significant person in your life. Someone who sees things from a different direction. Someone who's intuitive, emotional, can express their emotions, knows themselves really well, but sees things from different perspectives too. I like that. Someone who is uh, very sensitive spiritually, like psychically type of energies. Um, and is that I guess I like it that they're able to express their emotion to you. Let's see what else we got here. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, you're gonna like them. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, so definitely someone. Again, another major arcana. So four major arcana out of the six cards, and I like all four of these for you. Very positive, very full individual, and I feel like it's happening sooner than later with the Wheel of Fortune coming in here. And you got the page, yeah, and especially with the Page of Swords, this is new communication, new contact coming in. But they're also able, I like that they are able to express their emotions and their mind. They're intelligent, they're able to communicate. I like that. And the Eight of Wands, very passionate as well. So they're not afraid to show their emotion, their passions, and their thoughts. They're not v- vulnerable, sounds almost a little too, um, I want to say weak, but they're like, no, unstrong. Because this individual is very confident, not arrogant, but very confident in who they are. And I like this that they're just like the full package. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, and maybe a Virgo energy. We've got the nine, the hermit. So I feel like they've been alone for a while by choice because they're very selective and they're just like, you know, they don't want just what everyone else wants. not everything that they've been told all their lives that they're supposed to want, need, and whatever, you know. So there is this um this great um I don't know, it's just like they're like, aha, I see you. I see you, and they're able to see you. And I like this because they're not just looking for someone to fill a role or to be whatever. You know, they're content with themselves, but they're very interested and intrigued with you. So I like this. I like this person for you. Don't really like, not that Hugo's a bad person. I don't, not judging, just that they're, you know, you know, they can't keep up. We'll put it that way. And you need someone, you deserve someone like you that can keep up and that you don't have to slow down or dim your light or uh, lessen yourself for that. Yeah, that's a good word too. More evolved, right? And not old. They don't have to be older either. They just start their choices they've made and who they have been makes them who they are today. So I like it. So that is what they have for you. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like their energy. You are very welcome. And thank you so much for your additional donation. Appreciate you, Crow's Nest. Hang in there and let me know when you meet him. Exciting, exciting. All right. So I think that's it. Let me look here. All right. So it looks good here. Just had a message from Square. I thought that, because I have donations that come through there too, but they had an outage since yesterday. So if you've been trying to reserve any of my services, it should be back up and running now. If not, contact me via my email address that's in the description box of the video, bruddaZEN@gmail.com, and we'll get things worked out. All right. So we'll scroll here. And let's see here. So I did take care of Felicia. Blessed one. Looks like you retracted your message. So I don't see that. So we'll skip that. Okay. And that was it. All right. Rhonda. Hello again. So you like a weekend message and what you should look for. Yeah, you got a little bit closer to the top of the list for sure. Oh, good. I'm so glad that that message helped this afternoon. All right. So let's take a look here and see. There's really not so much what you should look for. Spirit doesn't have shoulds. Shoulds is so has so much judgment or what happens if you don't, right? It's more of a what you could look for because they are just looking out for your highest experience. But whether you do it or not, they don't have any judgment because they know it's your experience and they're with you unconditionally 100% of the time for the rest of your life. So you don't have to worry. Yeah, don't have to worry your mind. You don't have to have insomnia and nightmares anymore. So pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to the fears that rise up. You have the Knight of Wands coming in here, which shows you riding in with your power this weekend, really understanding that whatever you focus on is what does grow and expand. And we know we talk about this a lot on this channel, but it's such an important reminder because we're so taught to focus on this rather than realizing we're the ones that control what we draw in, or our lives are not at the whim of the world or here's the creator's will put down on you. This is what you need to do. They're like, it's more like a grandfather, grandmother taking their grandchild to the park to play. And, the grandchild goes, I need to make sure I'm playing on the right things at the right time with the right other children and everything. So what should I start on, grandma, grandpa? And they're like, go play, have fun. There's no rules. Go have fun. No, 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 no. There has to be this stuff. And they're like, no, no, go ride the little seesaw horse, the little ones that's on a spring or whatever. Like, go have fun, do whatever you want. And then we are the ones that put so much pressure on fearing we're going to do the wrong thing when reality is our energy is what draws things to us. Whatever I focus on the most is what the baker gives me. One of the big things that Spirit's been talking about lately is like a little kid going into a bakery, and they have the glass counters and they have the donuts in there, and the little kid points and points and points, and so the baker gives them a dozen of those donuts, and they're like, I hate these donuts, and they're like, well, rather than point out what you hate, point out what you love, because I'm going to give you dozens of what you're pointing at. And so I love this. We don't point at our fears. We point at what we do want in our life, and we change our whole perspective of life is happening to me. I'm out of control. We kind of step out of the victimhood, which there's nothing wrong with that. We come here to experience that because we don't have that back home. We come here to ride those rides. The Nine of Swords is a great amount of fear rides that we ride, but when we're done, when we're like, "You know what? I've had enough of those. I wanna do something different," we can. We have this option to choose to unconditional love things, focusing on gratitude, focusing on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, right? All of that expands that instead, because whatever we focus on expands, like attracts like, right? So I feel like they're just saying what you could look for is being aware of where your focus is in each moment. And if you haven't tried changing your phone and adding like a little silent vibrating alarm on your phone that goes off every hour or half hour of while you're awake, to come back to gratitude, because we're taught to focus on fears habitually, right? Repetition over and over and over. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at the fear, look at the fear, look at the fear, that we look at the fear. That's our habit, right? But to change a habit, we take repetition of look at gratitude, look at gratitude, look at gratitude, look at gratitude, and then things transform. So I like that. It's an amazing adventure when we realize and we keep being brought back to gratitude. It's like, oh wow, yeah, I how easily I would get uh, pulled into fear until I changed it. There's this cute little boy. His name is Prem Rabat, Rabat. Saw a video on him on Instagram or YouTube, but he's just so cute because it's like he's an enlightened master in a little boy's body, because the way he was speaking, you're just like, oh my god, I wish that I could speak like him, because he was saying like what we practice, we become an expert at. And it's beautiful, right? Because when we focus and when we make our habit, like you said, habit, right? Or practice, when we practice finding things to be critical about or things to fear, we become experts where, and he even goes like this, we become experts where no one can, in situations where no one can find something critical or to fear, you can find it because you have become an expert, because you've practiced it over and over again. He goes, but think about if you make your practice of finding gratitude, things to be thankful for in situations, you will then become an expert who, in situations where people cannot find something to be grateful for, you will be able to find it because you have become an expert. And I love that. And that this is perfect for what they have for you here. So that's what that is for you right now, Rhonda Rhonda. So many blessings to you. Good to see you. Much love to you. All right. And then up next, we have Alexis. Hello, hello. So you believe you're being backstabbed and betrayed by an ex. Yay. Aren't those the most delicious experiences? I laugh with you. having felt like I've been there before. And I'm sure there's a lot of us in here, right? And possible spell work being done, also being stalked and harassed and tapped into by him and a group of friends. So, can dig into this. We sure can. So let's take a look here. So, first of all, while we're shuffling here, let me just get these re-energized. People can do spell work, but there's no power in it unless we allow it to be. We've got our free will, and the only way that people can impact us by spell work or anything is if we believe it and we allow it, right? So someone can come to me and said, "I'm going to put a curse on you or put a spell on you that you're going to get sick." And I'm like, no, no, don't do it. No, no. And I go into fear, fight or flight mode. My immune system shuts down. I believe it. I fear, I fear, I fear I'm going to get sick. And as we're just talking about with Rhonda, whatever I focus on expands and grows in my life. They've convinced me to make myself sick, right? So they can't. If instead, when they come to me and they go, "I'm going to do this," and I'm all, "Buddha, Buddha, boo, boo, you go right ahead. Enjoy that. I hope you have fun." If I don't put any energy into it, instead, I have gratefulness and gratitude for my health. I don't get sick. It doesn't impact me because I'm the one that controls my life and no one else. But if people can make it easier or harder for me to choose, but I choose. People can make it easier or harder for me to choose fear or love, but I choose. And so do you. So I like that. um and also with this tapping into you, if they're tapping into you in any other way besides unconditional love, they're getting mirrors back. All they're seeing is themselves reflected into the mirror. So they can't like get secret information or do and alter you or anything. It's all fear. It's all fear based. And if that's what black magic is, it's lower vibrational energy. If I can get you to fear, I can manipulate you to believe what I want you to believe. That's a lot of what goes on in politics. All this fear-based stuff that can get you to believe the fearful things, then we're out of our intelligent minds and we're so easily influenced. But coming back to peace, coming back to love, coming back to your own power, you see through everything. So just know that. Um, so let's take a look here and see what else Spirit wants you to know here, Alexis. I feel like that was for like more than just you and me. I wanted to, well, Spirit wanted to go a little deeper into that here. So let's take a look and see what they want you to know here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. So you are in power. You've got the Emperor, who rules your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. You have the King of Swords, who's the master of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and the Queen of Swords. So all three of these are about that you are the one who holds the power. This is you represented here, this trio within you. Ultimately, everyone falls under, like all the kings fall under the emperor, all the queens fall under the empress, but even the empress falls under the role of the emperor ultimately in power. And all of these are that you get to choose the story of what anything means. All of these um, royalties here who have these aces of swords, these are that you get to see things from a higher perspective, from places of unconditional love, from the truth, the capital T truth, allows you to cut away the fears and the lies and the false beliefs, right? So the power room is within you. And then you also have the emperor, who the emperor, ultimate ruler, has a whole slew of people that surround them, telling them all of this again, the influencing. Oh, you should, oh, this is going to happen if you don't do this. Oh, this is going to happen, blah blah blah. If they can get the emperor to believe it, they'll manipulate it. But the emperor card here shows you that you get to step up and clear the throne room and say, I decide what anything means. Yeah, we have a lot of popular opinion that's told us, oh no, curses are real. People can betray me and stab me in the back and do all this stuff. But it's like, I'm the one who puts the power in the moment. I'm the one who choose. James Allen, wonderful writer and individual who yeah, here's the Empress, and here's the oh my gosh, your power of choice. Oh my gosh, I gotta show you these cards here in a sec. But James Allen, they said, it's not the situation that determines its impact on you. Otherwise, the same situation would impact everyone exactly the same. But because it doesn't, it's not the situation that defines the person or the impact to the person. It's the person going through it that determines it. The power that comes in here. And these cards came flying out. Here's the Empress showing that you do have both the Emperor and the Empress, if there was any doubt. Here's again the Ace of Swords. You control what story you apply to each situation. A power of choice, emotional choice. So not only do we get to choose the story we put with our mind, we get to choose the emotion, we get to choose the energy we invest, and our physical action too. So the power of choice coming in. And I like these too because there's this transformation of, Five of Wands is fear energy that transforms into something of love. And here's the Nine of Cups. It allows you to feel this emotional, positive overflow into your life internally, the nine, the hermit's journey. So I like all this transformation. It's don't let the fears from the outside world um, influence you. You don't have to if you don't want to. You get to decide what anything means. So, um, just know their actions and non-actions, their words and non-words, both your ex and their friends or whoever in the group, um, you are the one that determines what their actions mean in your world. And they're like, no, no, it's supposed to mean this. And watch how fast you can go, no, it's not. Oh my God, no, it is. And you're like, no, it's not. Bye. And they're just like, they want to scare you, they want to influence you, they want you to believe this. um but ultimately all of them are actors in this big improv play to show you what you want to see about yourself. So how am I backstabbing myself? How am I betraying myself? How am I putting spell work on myself? How am I stalking and harassing myself? uh, all of that. How am I doing all that? By letting them define the story and convince me to define my story that way too. For I'm betraying myself by looking to them to determine my emotional response, the energy I'm putting in, my physical action. But when we don't let them do it anymore, that's the way it is. I mean, they're reminding me flashback to when I was in, I think it was junior high, because yeah, I must have been like sixth grade. I think it was sixth grade, and back in those days, it was sixth, seventh, eighth, and then ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. Yeah, so they called it junior high instead of middle school or whatever. Anyway, that doesn't matter. What matters is that this I was walking across back from the lunchroom and in this across this large blacktop, and I saw way in a distance these jocks throwing people into the cafeteria trash can, which was full of old spoiled food, right? And I'm just like, just keep walking, don't look. But one of the bullies that like to pick on me spotted me and came running over to me. And I knew the game. It's if I they were like, get on your knees and say you're stupid, something like that. It was something else, but I won't say what it is on here. um and I knew if I refused I was going in the trash can, so I dropped to my knees and said I'm stupid. And they were like, "Bleh, bleh, bleh, ah," and they left, but I didn't. I'm the one that chose, right? I felt like I was in power because, like, I'm not gonna do that, and I can do that. I don't mean it on the inside, but I'll say it on the outside. And it's kind of like this energy here is like they don't define who I am, I define who I am. I decide what things mean. I decide my actions, my emotions, and everything else. So hopefully that helps, Alexis. I just feel like it's important for you with these people being mirrors for you. They're showing you what you want to see about yourself. How do I betray myself? How do I backstab myself? You're just mirrors for me. Thank you for showing me what I wanted to see. The things I fear about myself, thank you for showing that to me. Now I can empower myself, and you can't do anything about it. All right. So hopefully that helped, Alexis. Many blessings and much love to you. All right. And Esther E., you are up next. You'd like a general reading. All right. Here we go. Well, I like this endings and beginnings here because we've got this investing a lot of energy into pursuing, like, feeling love and lovable, right? We got the 10 of wands here, which can be fruitfulness and burden all in the same same card. The 10 though is endings and new beginnings, and I feel like it's the burden is ending. All of this energy that you've been investing in trying to live up to what you feel is necessary in order to be lovable and acceptable and you know, living up to other people's expectations. It's a lot of burden. I like that you're at the 10 going, I'm sick and tired of this, of investing energy into a black hole and not getting anything back. So this 10 and is endings and beginnings. This becomes the page of wands or the ace of wands, which is focusing your power and energy into you, because this ace of cups shows this is the chalice, the holy grail. This is you, and this is spirit filling you up with the unconditional love from up above, and then you fill up and you overflow out to others. But this trying to live up to what everyone else feels is needed for you to be, supposed to be, should be, blah blah blah, you get to free yourself from it. You get to see that I am unconditionally loved, eternally loved by spirit, by the creator, which is means unconditional is not one condition. Nothing you do, you have to do to earn it. It's yours. Nothing you can do to lose it either. There's no condition for loss of it. And it's eternal. It's for forever. And when that becomes the foundation of your worth and who you are, boom, it changes your whole outside world. Instead of feeling like an empty cup trying to be filled from the outside world, you are filled from the source, which is so powerful, and it fills you up and overflows. Changes how you perceive yourself and how you perceive the world as well. So I feel like this is the important message for you right now, Esther E. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue. Whoa. So I grab my whole screen here. We'll continue moving down the list here. And Nebraska J. Hello, hello. So will you get your job next year? Okay. And did you pass the test you took a few days ago? Oh no, you had a nightmare about your dream, your at all of it, huh? Well, you do have here the King of Swords, which is all about higher education and thinking, and um, they're the masters of thought and belief and mindset coming in here. And we've also got I see here the with the 5 of Pentacles, which this has to do with. Both of these really have to do with your grade, your test, because this is like higher education and mind testing, and these fears of lack, of falling short, of being left behind, of being left out in the cold. And I like this energy being brought up to you because it's coming up for a reason, on purpose, for a purpose. That 5 of Pentacles takes us back to and this has to do with the job next year. It's all about deservedness and feeling that I deserve what I give, this equal giving and receiving. But there's the 6 of Pentacles. If you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen um, video series, it's the playlist will be listed in the description box of the video, or it's on the top of my main page. And there's let's see, episodes 4 and 5. I think it's 5 that talks about the 6 of Pentacles that comes right after this, which is gives us this understanding that it's our little inner child that has these force fields up that keep things away, keep the job, the scores, love, abundance, the high paying job, more money, whatever. It keeps it away from us because it has this out of balance giving and receiving. So check out that video because I feel like it'll help you, and listen to both 4 and 5 because both of them give you, and they're 10 minutes or less each, so it's not too much time, but they give you a tool in each of those videos to help change our energy consciously and then look into that subconscious belief that we can transform and change things. Because you definitely have the ability to get the job. It's just the changing of the mindset, the conflict of the mind, that our conscious mind wants this, but our subconscious goes, nope, you don't deserve it yet. Hatch marking, making sure you've given enough to receive yet, because it's not one for one. It's like 1,000 to one in our brain and our little subconscious. So you definitely have the ability here. Yeah, the burden again, 10 of wands, investing so much. It's time for an ending and a beginning of where you're investing your energy. Yeah. So that's the episode 4, about where you're investing your energy and what we're attracting. So I feel like those are what they want you to focus on. So check out those 2 videos if that resonates, because I feel like those will be life changing for you. All right, Nebraska Jay, that's what they have. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list. Random, you will be the next free reading, but I do have a donation, so I shall return. Thank you so much, Empress Beauty, for your donation. I want to know, how does Aaron's dad feel after the message you sent? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. So they feel like they have been deceived. This is interesting. This is the deception, thievery, um, lied to, kind of card, with the 7 of Swords. So they feel like, um, I don't know what you told, but they feel the reason I chuckled is they feel like they've been schooled, is what came through here. They're like, wow. They feel like they've been given some important information and that there's this edge. They feel like they have a better picture of what's going on, a viewpoint from a different perspective, and things are really clicking there for them because they've got some disappointment here, but there's this trigger. They definitely, it got a rise out of them, and there's the new opportunities opening up too. So it feels almost like, again, not knowing what it was, it just feels like there's this energy of, oh, you're like, dear Aaron's father, this is what was going on in what they were showing me in my head. I just want you to know that this is what was happening, what's going on. Oh, yeah, not to you. But they're like, I just want you to know this is what's happening, this is what's going on. And I felt I needed to tell you. And then they read it, and like I said, at first I think they got, "Brah!" Oh, of appreciation, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Because this feels like something completely different to the father, huh? Wow. Wow. Well, where is all this deception then? They just feel like, I don't know. Let me get clarity on this then. Because it felt so much like like they felt like someone, like they were being deceived by 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 their son. I don't know why. They're like, "What's going on?" Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So there is sadness. So that does make sense with, just brought up a lot of deception, a lot of things that were going on. Oh, wow. Maybe he didn't, 'cause and that makes sense that it got a rise out of him, which I felt like it was anger, which it can be. Maybe they are going through their, still grieving, but I feel like, um yeah, well, that would make sense with the deception. I don't think that he tell you didn't tell him about it, um, and then that's why they feel like they're seeing it from a higher perspective now. They're going, "Oh, now I know why they're being so secretive," and but that's all this loss coming in here, focusing in on, um, disappointment and, things missing. So that makes sense here. Um, so it does. So that is the energy of that you told them something they didn't know, and and that makes sense. I'm sorry. I'm seeing their feelings of wow, he didn't. Thought my relationship with him was closer, and he didn't tell me about this, and I can't believe this, and um, you know, and I just feel like they're very angry. They're going through their anger stage of loss right now. But, the good thing about the 5 is it is a transformation there. And you didn't do anything wrong, so don't feel bad about it at all. Yeah, because we got actually 2 5s. We've got the Hierophant and this. So it helps transform things. It helps them face things that they needed to face and that they needed to see. But definitely, I do feel like it triggered, this. Uh, I feel like they react with anger for their protection. When people go into fear, they go into fight or flight mode. And I feel like that's why they haven't responded because they're gathering themselves. Yeah. So, um, what you can do, there's nothing that you can do. I mean, that's all their power of choice, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I feel like, what you can do and I hate to keep referring to my take 10 with Zen, but there's this great they've provided a lot of little things, like little extra tools through those the take 10 with Zen playlist. One of them is about heart wait heartache, not heartbreak, but and you can do heartbreak too, especially with the loss of Aaron. But heartache, is like when we feel like, um, uh, we're unable to help someone, right, that needs help. When we feel, helpless. It talks about what we can do to send love. Yeah, you authentically show love. This is how you can send love to them, even though the human may not. You're like, well, I don't think this human would ever receive it. It's okay. The higher self behind the human's like, no, send it. I'll use it. Even if the little human might be an ornery old man, uh, that they will still their higher selves like send it, right? So if you check out Take 10 with Zen, I think it's like around episodes 8 or 9, are the heartache and heartbreak too, if you want to look at that one. But heartache is when we feel helpless to help someone. This is what we can do to take this pressure off of our heart and send the love energy. And heartbreak has to do with our the pricking of our heart and us going into fight or flight. So that's what I feel, which is it's necessary, right? I mean, you wouldn't have been nudged to share that if it wasn't supposed to be. And you can't control how someone else reacts. I mean, your intentions were heartfelt appreciation, um, and but it was a reminder that their of their relationship they had with their son, and that they're no longer here. Yeah. So hang in there. You did nothing wrong. If you want to send some love, just check out those videos um, and it'll help this ache that you have in your heart, the break and the ache that you have in your heart. They'll give you some tools. So, not to worry, not to worry, not to worry. Yeah, they'll eventually have movement of mind. They're just very stubborn. Movement of choppy waters to calmer waters. They eventually will let fears go, and I just feel like it's still kind of raw for them, which is understandable. But that's what's coming in, Empress Beauty. So thank you again for your donation. Hang in there. Actually, before you head out, I do want to um, give you a message here from Aaron from the Voice of the Souls Oracle. There's messages in here's from your soul, your higher self, not self, your spirit guides, and then the entity, which would be Aaron. So let's take a look here and see. He was wanting to share something with you. So, all right. I know you're like, oh crap. No, I'm just kidding. We got karma, card number 16. And let's see what they have here for you. Interesting. We'll see what their viewpoint on karma is because Spirit gave me one of my own. So let's see. I'm interested here. So your soul says part of your energy carries the burden of your karma in two different ways. The first relates to what this is your soul talking to you. The first relates to what I consider as failures. I carry within me blocking memories related to our former lives with what I didn't manage to build and or overcome. Yet I also carry all the wisdom that we've built together and which you don't always use. This is the second way. Today, I invite you to work with and understand your karma. Know who you have been to understand the beautiful person you are today. The point isn't to look for excuses for yourself or hide behind your karma, but to discover your inner power. Become aware of the challenges and goals that are yours in this life. Using your method of choice, connect to your karma. Look at who we have been to take new steps toward inner transformation. Ooh. And then your spirit guides say that you are in an energy in which you're invited to build something important, to find new independence and freedom. You have been receiving many signs about this for years. You had an idea when you were young. It was a deep desire or project. You may even have talked about it to everyone all the time. But then, as time went by, this idea faded away. You became conditioned towards what you thought was best for you or what others expected of you. Today, you may be reminded about memories from the past. You may come across childhood photos or old documents as if by accident. Conversations with family members may reconnect you to old memories. We are sending you these signs so you may remember your old desires and needs to create. They are to help you have confidence in yourself and be daring. Turn your dreams into realities. The statement, "It's too good to be true," just isn't true. You are capable of giving your best if you want to. Wow. And then the entity, which would be this would be Aaron in his message for you. He says, "In my last incarnation, I repeated old patterns, karmic patterns. I really wasn't aware of this karma thing, so I didn't understand what I was experiencing. It was like being afraid of life. I was afraid of what life could bring me. It was like I struggled against life. And this may have affected my relationship with others and even with you. Today, I'm aware of this karma and I understand the meaning of what I experienced. I feel more serene about it all. In my next existence on earth, I know I'll do things differently. You may remember my life's hardship, which you may feel was unfair. Release these emotions and feelings. Now I am free. I wish you the same freedom. I no longer have any anger in me, but I can feel yours. It's not right for you. You can't run away from karma. You need to understand karma so you can turn it into strength." Wow. What a beautiful message from him. And karma, if you don't look at it as like reaping and sowing and karmic debt, what spirit, I love that they left it very open, because when spirit explained karma to me, it's not like it's like in a lifetime where I'm an abused spouse in one life, and then in the next lifetime, I experience being the abuser, not out of debt. That person, and I'm not giving that person their karma. We're curious beings. It's like being a slave owner in a past life and then wanting to be a slave in a next life, not because I want to erase karma, but because I want to see all these different perspectives. And then I want to be a townsperson. Then I want to be a wife of the plantation owner. Then I want to be the wife of the slave. Then I want to be, someone in Europe that witnesses it from a distance. I want to see it from all perspectives. That's what karma is. It's experience. And we have this karmic wisdom that we glean with all of that too. And if anyone ever wants a past life reading, I do past life readings too. It's just part of my personal reading. So if you guys ever want anything like that, I do offer that. But that's what they have for you, Empress Beauty. So hang in there and allow yourself the freedom to let go and feel the anger as well and let it go as well. Let it flow. It's not wrong to experience the pain and the loss and that, but I feel like the underlying message that he was trying to get across too is I wasted so much of my life being afraid to step forward and live my dream. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. Don't be afraid. Live it. Live your dream. So I like it. All right. And of course, he's always with you, you know. It's like the moment that he was there, the moment that he stepped to the other side, he was by your side, and he will be by your side until you go to the other side. Um, and he doesn't have to share himself like when we pass, when we withdraw from these physical bodies to be fully in our higher spiritual self. um, we are immediately beside every single one of our loved ones for the rest of their lives, and we can be everywhere all at once, 100% present. We don't have to share and be distracted. We are 100% able to be there with the individual. So I love it. I like it. All right. So many blessings. And we had left off with random 3D XYZ. And again, thank you so much for your donation. You guys have a great evening. Hang in there. All right. So, what does Spirit want you to know right now, random? Right now, right now. in this second. Duck. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Wow, look at this. So you've got the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles coming in here. So some new opportunities coming up here regarding home and a movement of home and what home means. You know, the Four of Pentacles for me is home is where the heart is, but it's the Four of Pentacles, which is a stable foundation in the outside world, which makes me feel like a home with four walls. And with the Ace of Pentacles, there is this new opportunity that's being offered and coming in. So I do feel like they're saying that don't be afraid to look at other residences, other places to physically live, because there is new opportunities that are opening up that are for you and beneficial for you. And you know, there's this underlying message that comes in here with both of these two that you know, this is about the Ace of Pentacles is about the search for your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. And so does the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles says, when we define ourselves by the outside world, we feel unstable because all those things are unstable. The three areas we're taught to look at are relationships, situations, and things. We know situations, relationships with people of all kinds. People change, people walk away, people pass away, right? So, uh, unstable. Situations like jobs, education, social status, etc., constantly changing, so unstable. And things, our bank accounts, our possessions, our bodies deteriorate, break down, blow up, burn down, stolen, right? So we eventually learn that all that external stuff, when we define our worth by it, we feel unstable. Our worth feels unstable until we realize, oh, that's retail price out there. That is, you know, what value we feel we have to others, what value they put on us, but that's constantly changing, and that's through their eyes. It varies by person, by moment, by time in their life, how they're feeling, what's going on. But self-worth comes from inward and upward, and that's what I feel is going on right now. I feel like there's this big opening and that it's okay to, you know, look at where you're moving, what you want to do next, etc. So I like that for you. That's what spirit wants you to know right now is home is where your heart is, not a physical place. So consider where you want to be, and I like that for you. All right, random. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right, Lisa, how is David feeling towards you? You know how many Davids and Daves I get asked about? He sure gets around. I'm sure. I'm sure it's not the same one. Do they travel a lot? I'm just kidding. So, how's David feeling towards you right now? Just jokes, just trying to lighten the mood. That's all. Wow. So we've got the King of Cups, which is all about balancing the emotion and the mind. So there are thoughts and emotions that are there. And we've got the Four of Wands. It's joy, celebration, gatherings. I feel like they want to invite you to a gathering, or even this is a marriage card. They may be contemplating seeing this as like, wow, I could see, is this the kind of person that I would be with for forever? Or that I'd at least marry for a while these days, right? Marriage is forever? No, it's for how long? But I like this energy. It feels very balanced emotionally and mentally, and this balancing of energy of passions too, two on each side. So I really like it for you, Lisa. So yeah, it feels solid. It feels like they're figuring things out, if that makes sense. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. Right. David. All right, Alice, you are up. Hello, hello. So a general message from your angels and spirit guides. Is your angel named David too? Oh, Archangel David. Let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. All right. So two, and two. Interesting here. Okay. All right. Yeah. So they're saying here, don't worry, with this Nine of Pentacles that you've been going through here, which is spending, I feel like a significant amount of time alone with spirit and developing your sense of worth and standing up for yourself here, standing your ground, not being afraid to be you. I just feel like you've been through this wonderful aha type of experiences where you're not so concerned about connection to the outside world. It's like you released it and you're like, I'm going to be me. And if you don't like it, tough. I like this stand that you're taking here because it's like, isn't it just like the time that I let go is the time that you have this significant partnership, whether it's romance or a best friend or reconnection with a family member or even to your higher self. I feel like it's more a human though because of the 6 of cups. This combination is a past life energy. Like if you haven't come across someone yet where you're like, "Oh my god, I like know you from somewhere," but it's like from lifetimes. It's not this lifetime. Like you've really looked into it and gone, wow, I feel like I know you from somewhere, but you don't. But you do, just not here. It was a past life. And so there's this deep connection that's there that you're just like, wow, hey, old friend. And they're like, hey, old friend, because they feel the draw too. So this independence that you're finally kind of like, you surrendered to going, "You know what? I'm fine by myself. I don't need someone else. I'm gonna live my life and stand up for what I want." And then boom, "Hey, how you doing?" And you're like, "Isn't that just the way it works, right?" And I like it because you also have the Sun card, which is boom, abundance, brightness being brought into your life, victory with the Chariot card, this powerful energy that's coming in here, movement and action, power of choice. You still are deciding for you. You're not reverting back. You're still standing up for yourself and making choices for you and not diminishing your light. I like both of these two cards. Actually, I usually say for this one, which I haven't said for a while, and I'm glad they're reminding me here. Whoops, that this is that the sun does not dim its light for anyone. It does not ask permission to shine. It shines, and if people can't handle it, they get out of the sun. And I like this power of choice that comes in because it's like I am choosing and making choices for me. I'm not diminishing myself and becoming anyone's mat ever, ever again. And this person that you meet is totally in alignment with that. So I like this, and I feel like it's your guardian angel and angels and spirit guides are going, yeah, it's divine, it's coming, so don't you know doubt it, don't worry. Love a true partnership on its way. Like I said, sometimes it's not romantic. If you are looking for a romance, then chances are with that, if you already have someone, then this is like a best friend that you come across. So I like that for you, Alice. So that's what they have for you. All right. And then we had stopped up here. Let me scroll. All right. Angel Dreamer. Hello, hello. Happy weekend to you. And you want to know how your ex is thinking or feeling about you. Oh, you are brave. Of course, how people think about us and feel about us has nothing a lot to do with us, right? That's why there's a great meme that says other people's opinion of you is none of your business because they're seeing through their own eyes, seeing through their own hurt, their own beliefs, their own fears. And we're a mirror and they're looking in the mirror. So we're like, what do they see when they look at me? Themselves. What do you see when you look at them, though? Yourself. Uh-oh, that's where we get the real skinny on things, right? So I really like it. Ah, great, Alice. I'm so happy for you. I like that. Telling people, yeah, go away. That's great. All right. So, Angel Dreamer, let's take a look here and see what is their perception of you right now. Yep. Well, they're in their head a lot here. We've got the so I don't feel like they feel. You're like, thus why they are my ex. But King of Swords not only rules over thought, belief, and mindset in the air, mental energy, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, which is all about the thinking. So they're the master of overthinking, and so maybe they are an air sign, but they have a lot of overthinking, a lot of a lot of rules in their head too. And I feel like how they're feeling about you is that with this, they see you as this magician, this manifester, bit of jealousy of that you're able to move forward and get things done and make things happen. And you're fire and out. You don't overthink. You analyze and then you make decisions, then you move is their perception of you, and that you get stuff done and look how far you go and how you're going. And I feel like that might have been a big problem between you, is that you could never celebrate your accomplishments much around them, because they would always make it about them. And well, like, why can't I do that? And you're like, hey, well, if you just stop thinking and maybe do a little doing. But I feel like they see you as this fiery personality that goes, and gets things done. And not that you leap before thinking, but you don't spend all your time thinking. So I feel like they're all in their head and not in their mind. I mean, in their hearts. So there's not feeling. I feel like it just feels very Aquarian. I'm an Aquarius, because this energy I'm feeling is like compartmentalizing their emotions into how Aquarians we have emotion, we just put them in very secure Tupperware with a little burpy lid, and we have a place in our heart that's refrigerated where we keep our emotions very fresh and very secure, but they don't usually make it to the outside world in ways. Luckily, I have like a stellium in Pisces, water energy, including my moon. So I do express myself emotionally. It took all of that to balance that Aquarian sun. But I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in their angel dreamer, if that makes sense. So if you don't feel them expressing emotion, it's because they're all up here, "Ooh, analyze, ooh, overthink, is what's happening." All right, angel dreamer. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Does that make sense? Does that resonate? You're like, "Oh my god." Now I totally get them now. Better late than never. And you're like, "No." So hopefully that brought some brings a little more resolution and understanding of that it wasn't about you. It's just how they worked. All right, very good. I'm so happy. All right. Prat yak Pratyaksha. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And you'd like some angelic guidance. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. See what they have coming in here. All right. So we've got this energy here where you've got the Knight of Cups, which is emotional movement and this quest of looking for this chalice, this holy grail for love, right? We've got the world card here, which is the last card in the major arcana, which is an ending of old cycles and beginning of new, letting go of old ways, this beginning of new. And this combination is telling me their guidance for you is that continue the quest for love, but you've been looking like I'm hearing the looking for love and in the wrong places, not all the wrong places, just the wrong places. Because the chalice, the Holy Grail, you find this within your heart, not the outside world. And I feel like this is a beautiful ending of where you've been looking instead of looking to the outside world. You're on this quest looking inward and upward, which does change the way you're perceiving things, the way you're looking at things, the way that you are seeing love in the outside world too. And that's what happens, and you're not alone. We're all taught, usually, unless you're a little child that's adopted by a Buddhist monastery when you're very young, they might be taught a little different. The rest of us are taught, look out here for your definition, for your worth. And we do. We look in relationships and situations and jobs and education and things and our bodies and money and define, define, define. This is where you'll find love and where you'll find your fulfillment, and you'll feel full and your heart will feel loved and whole, you know and then no, it doesn't. It all falls short, right? And there's this energy that comes in through that experience, though, because we eventually get disappointed and bored with the outside world not fulfilling us, and we turn inward and upward, and we're like, there is the love I've been looking for. It's the self-love, right? It's from the creator, it's from spirit, unconditional eternal love. And it floods down to that chalice, it fills us up, and then overflows out to the world. And we stop looking at the world as falling short because it can't give us what we need, and we realize I can only find that in here. So we stop expecting it out here. We find what people give us in the outside world is above and beyond extra, so we start having gratitude for what people are able to give instead of disappointment and what they're not able to give. So there's this transformative energy that comes in, and it hits every area of our life: relationships, work, career, um, our bodies, our bank accounts, possessions. That hits every area of our life. So that's what they have for you, Pratyaksha. So many blessings to you, and hang in there. Hopefully that was helpful. You're very welcome, Angel Dreamer. All right. So we are to Swaroop. Bobby, hello. So will you receive your relieving letter from your previous company? Okay, let's take a look here. So will you receive? Oh, okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, you eventually do here. You've got the 7 of swords here is about letting some fears go. It's like it feels like there's an extended period of time that gets drawn out if we focus on our fears. I mean, because those fears are like an anchor that just slows it all down. But if you will look at your fears, drop your fears, here they're dropping 2 fears, and then they're looking at these 3 fears they're about to chunk off and leave in this energy. And then you just have a couple left that you're dropping these fears. So you drop your fears, things speed up. But you definitely do get it with the Queen of Pentacles. You get a harvest, you get what you're wanting to get, but it the timing of it changes depending on your focus of, are you focusing on your fears or are you focusing on gratitude, right? Focusing on fears, that's what weighs things down and slows down time. So I like it for you, Swoop. It's in your hands. Yay. That's where we want it to be. All right. Many blessings. If you want any extra guidance on faded event things and having things come in sooner, you can check out my Take 10 with Zen video series. It's a playlist on my main page. Episodes 4 and 5 talk about it. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. And we'll continue scrolling down the list here. You're welcome, Swaroop and Prasha. You are welcome. And I'm going to murder your name if I try to say it so fast. So, meditation, relax, and study music. Hello, hello. Thanks for being a new subscriber. And thank you, everyone, also who's given the a thumbs up to the video. Of course, it's something that you could do that's free and it helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys for doing that. And then you wanted to know, what direction do your angels and spirit guides think that you should take your social media career in? All right. So when we ask of spirit, they don't really have any shoulds on the other side. They're like, it's all experience. There's no wrong answer. But if we want to ask them, what's for my highest experience to take my social media career to its highest place? What advice do you have? That they will answer. That's what they're bringing in here. All right. Wow. Yeah. So you've got, new opportunities coming in here and new passion, stepping up your engagement, stepping up the energy that you're putting into your social media career. I feel like there's an opportunity. I don't know what this, for some reason, it felt like collaboration, if that makes sense, but it just feels like there's this new opportunity coming that it it's like there's an additional passion that you bring in to your social media. There's something else to share that's like something that is one of your great passions, something that makes your heart sing, that makes your heart feel full, that you haven't shared yet. And it's like there's been this tentativeness that you've been holding back with it, but they're like, no, go for it. Express it. Allow this new opportunity to open up and keep your eyes open for collaboration too. But it's a great opportunity to share something fresh and new, but it's a passion that you have, and you're able to join things together that haven't been joined together before. So don't let that it hasn't been done before stop you. Allow yourself to really question it and step forward. So I like it for you, and welcome to the Soul family. We're happy to have you. Got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. So I like that. So welcome, welcome. All right. So let me take a look here. And we are to where I started getting donations. So I just want to make sure I'm not skipping over anybody. Right. And Fire Spawn, I'm assuming since you didn't return, you did find your reading. Hey, Karina, if you're still here. All right. Amaris Cunningham, we are down to you for the next free reading. Yeah, I did. I did your reading, Felicia. Yeah, I did your reading already, Felicia. Um, pretty early on, I think. I think before I got donations even. So it was like way, way in the beginning, I think. All right. So Amaris, what is it? Oh, and Karina. Okay, Karina, I do see you ask have a question here. Some other people got in after you said hey. So I'll be to you in a couple moments here. So Amaris Cunningham is, what is it I am not seeing in your situation? All right, let's see here. What does spirit want you to know? Well, there definitely is unseeness, right? This is the hidden with the high priestess. Well, you got the magician number one, major arcana, the high priestess number two, divine counterparts coming in here, which I really like. But this is you. You have both of these within you. What you're not seeing here is that you don't have to wait around. Um, we've got both the divine masculine, divine feminine energy coming in. Divine feminine energy is about, the receiver, the chalice, that they wait to be filled, right? But the magician is like, no, it's movement, action. And there's a beautiful balance between here. And I feel like what you're not seeing in your situation is that do what you're able to do, and what you are truly not able to do anything about, that you become the divine feminine and you ask for the wish. You give it to the universe and go, I can do this and I'm doing this, but I don't know what to do with this and there's nothing I can do about it. Help. And you wait for this. You open up and listen to see what they bring for you for this while you continue to do what you're able to do. So you focus your energy not on what you can't do. You pour your energy into what you can do, and then when you can't do something, you're like, "Help." You throw it up there. You don't invest energy going, "Help, help, help, help." You don't loop help, help, help. You just ask them once, and then they immediately go into action. Trust that they will, that you don't have to repeat it. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you right now, Amaris. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Lydia, you are up next. I lost you. There you are. So there's two companies that you had interviews with. All right, L and U. What do the hiring managers think about your suitability? And are they going to offer you the positions? All right, so let's take a look here and see. We'll pull one card for each. So that's for L. Nope, none of those. What about you? All right. Oh, you got two for you. All right. So L, it's interesting. You got the 6 of cups. There's this nostalgia, this connection that you had with the interviewer. It almost felt like they knew you from a past lifetime. This is the 6 of cups, nostalgia. There was this connection that they had here with you that is they just couldn't look beyond and look past. They were just like, wow, I can really like I know him from somewhere. There's this comfortability and there was this connection that was there. So I feel like with that, that they will offer the job there for you because they just felt this strong connection. You is interesting because they've got this death and this rebirth card coming in here. And we've got the justice card, the balancing of truths and things here. This person felt a lot more, like, judgmental and analytical and almost cold. It's, like, almost like it's funny because 'cause they're showing me, like, you're breathing and you can see your breath, like, when spirits come in the movies, like, "Oh, why is it so cold? Spirits here." It's like, "Are you okay?" I almost feel like this person, at you was very like, the first interview with Elle was like, "Hey," it's like you felt like you known each other forever. The other one, you felt like you were speaking to the Grim Reaper. You're like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Yes, I'm okay." It didn't feel as, interactive there, but they're a huge judge master there, and even them, I feel like this one, you're gonna be judged out of, like, a lot of merit and experience, and they took you through the gauntlet. I almost feel like you felt like you were in an inquisition, like they were a judge and, like judge and jury and prosecutor. But I feel like you passed the test in both of these. One, they are hiring you. You have the qualifications, but there's a great bond. So I feel like you're going to be offered both. Um, and there's neither a right nor wrong. Just one feels like past life connection and closeness. The other one feels very roll, roll, roll. The other one feels like it's like I don't know if like L is like a family owned smaller business. That's the kind of feel I feel. And feels like corporate rolls, rolls, rolls kind of thing. So you get to choose what is more comfortable for you with them, but I feel like you're going to be offered both. So that's what's coming in. You're very welcome, Felicia. All right. So that is what they have there. And then Karina, all right. Should you stay friends with M and the Aries? Okay. And then you said when When society collapses? Um, I don't know, are they like, do they have weapons? Are they trained? If society collapses, you wanna be with the people that have, black belt and have a lot of food in their basement. So let's take a look here and see what spirit, wants you to have here. So, what does spirit want you to know here? No. Very clear message. 9 is hermit's journey, alone by yourself with spirit, and being true to your own authentic self, which is being true to you. So it feels like here that this would be withdrawing into yourself for your um, because you see yourself and your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. You really stand up to be true to you instead of it feels like they might be someone who would try to make you be someone who you're not. And that's not you. You're like, no, thank you. I shall be me and unapologetically, not rudely, but unapologetically. So I will not apologize for who I am and who I wanna be, and I feel like that's what comes in there. So that is what we have there. Yeah, yeah, I still feel be true to your authentic you and don't try to let someone else be who you're not. So definitely, you don't need to be. You don't need to force yourself there. Hey, Julia. Wonderful. Thank you. I do a shout out to my members and Julia and Beautiful Green with your red yin yang badge. Welcome, welcome. We'll see you in a little bit too. We'll have our special session in about 20 minutes or so. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, Karina, that was a definite no, you should not remain friends with them. Um, they're all about you being true to your authentic self and you being alone off by yourself. So definitely very clear there. All right. And then Mars, you are up next. So a reading on Michael. Spirit in the past told you not to think of him as in the wrong or even negatively, and now he's back talking to you. Uh-oh. You're also getting signs of your masculine as well as separately another man. Okay. What to do? You're confused on who to focus on. You already focus on yourself mainly, however, but you mean more in a romantic perspective if the opportunity presents itself and it has been sign wise. Okay. We got it. So let's take a look here and we will pull a card here for Michael. And then for the sign of the masculine of another man, let's see what they want you to know about that one. And when we're thinking of the future and we're not faced with the decision to be made yet, that's why things are confusing too, because we don't have all the information we need yet. We're not at that place yet, right? So it's confusing because we're in the future where we're out of control and there's no, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And it's like, yeah, because we don't know what we're supposed to do yet. Right. So no pressure on the confusion. It's just like, um, sometimes it's a need to know. We don't need to know yet because I don't have to make a decision yet. Right. The moment someone says, like, if Michael goes, "Hey, I want to be back together with you," and you're like, "Uh-oh, okay, now it's time for me to make a decision." Or sometimes if we don't know um, enough to make a decision, then we don't make a decision. We're like, well, let's see, let's just keep going. Uh, let me show yourself to me, kind of thing. So I see Michael here. I mean, you got the star card, which seems like wish come true, wishing upon a star and Aquarius energy. And that's kind of coming in here. So it does feel like, wow, this feels like a dream come true. But the other masculine energy is the Ace of Swords, which is you might want to look at things from a higher perspective. Here's your higher self. Like you said, you are focusing on you, but there also is this look at things from a higher perspective, cut things away that no longer serve you. And uh, it's like there's this transformation that you're going through. A lot of this is also a balancing card. If you look at the balanced pictures on each side or vessels, and you have the chakras, all seven of the stars here represent your chakras, balancing the chakras, balancing yourself, balance in your life. I just feel like there's this other individual is about seeing things from a higher perspective. I just feel like when it comes to Michael, it feels like it's almost like there's this old groove. It's like if you ever have like your computer reboots and it loses everything and it goes back to the old disk it started with and you have to start all over. I don't know why they're showing me that, but it's like it reboots to the old way of looking at what does a dream come true look like? And you're like, wait a minute, I've done a lot of work since then. Is that really truly what I still want? And that's where this Ace of Swords is coming in is let me look at and connect with my higher self and determine what is my dream come true. Because I feel like this other um, masculine energy that's coming in, both air energy here, air sign Aquarius and Ace of Swords Aquarius. I mean, air energy, but it's about getting to the truth of what you really want and who you are and what you're really wanting in life too. There's just this for some reason it's like the old ways, that's the Aquarian energy too. The old ways aren't good anymore. The age of Aquarius is all about sorry, clearing up dust. Getting rid of the dust. Knocking stuff off of the rules. That's so funny. Knocking stuff off the rule book and going and going, these rules from 1,000 years ago and ways don't fit now. And it feels like the old ways of what a dream come true don't fit now, and questioning that because it seems like the old Michael was good for then, but you're not the same person anymore. And it's not as matching as it used to be, if that makes sense. Now they're showing me a chair of some sort that has something broken on it and you reorder a new one for it, but it doesn't fit anymore because that old style is out of production and there's new in store too. So very much about the out with the old and in with the new coming in here. So interesting. All right. So that is what they have for you. Mars, and Benita Bala. You want to know what are Daniel's intentions towards you? Let's see. How many? I think we might be towards the end here as well. So we're getting close here. I've got about 12 more minutes, and I'll be headed off into our praying mantis session. So Benita Bala, it's like their intentions here. Um, there's this judgment card, which is this calling of looking at things from a different perspective. We've got your higher self that's calling you into a different place here. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Cups, which is about connection to spirit here. That this energy, it's like they're saying, and I hate it when I would get that from cards that would say, "Oh, you know what's going on." I'm like, no, if I knew, I wouldn't be asking. But sometimes we just need confirmation. And this does say, with your higher self and your Queen of Cups, she is very intuitive, like the high priestess, and here's the your higher posse and guardian angel and your support drawing your attention away from Daniel to communicate with them because they're like, we got stuff to tell you about this situation and trust your gut. And I feel like you're like, what are their intentions towards me? And you're like, I don't know. I just don't feel like they're pure intentions. I feel like they don't have any intentions. If they're or they're undecided. I don't know. I feel like this is you movement again, movement and you making choices. It's like, don't wait for them to make a choice. Just know, trust your gut and trust your intuition. Um, it just doesn't feel like intentions are all up to there's hidden stuff is what I'm feeling, right? Because intuition, all this is like, hey, trying to get your attention. Alarms are going off from your higher self, right? The trumpet's blowing. You're like, what? Warning, warning, warning. Beware, beware. And then your spidey sense of your Queen of Cups is going off, and you're like, hmm, don't know if things here are pure. So that's what's coming in, Benita. I would kind of jump on that chariot and ride away if I were you. Or be very aware if you want an adventure. Just don't trust them as far as you can throw them. So that's what's coming in. Interesting. All right. So we answered those. We answered those. We answered those. All right. And thank you so much for sending love and light to everyone, Julia, and for encouraging people to join the membership. So the last reading in this session is going to be JJJ, and then I'll be headed off over to my praying mantis session. I will be back both tomorrow and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time as well. So we will be back. So, guidance on how you can magnify your intuitive sense. All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know, JJJ? All right. That one and that one. All right. Well, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. So using your intuition over and over and over and over and over again as much as you can, trusting it to change directions and go different places too. So I really like that. So do the work, you use it like a muscle. That's what magnifies it. It's like how do I make this muscle stronger? Working it out constantly. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes, the clearer it becomes, the more fine tuning that it becomes. I like it. They're saying one way to do this too is to trust your intuition to take different routes and see where it brings you to. So if you're regularly on a journey of going in a specific direction, start also trusting your intuition. Like, you know what? I'm gonna really be open. Spirit, guide me today. And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna take this route instead, and then see and be aware of what you see different around you and why they wanted you to go that direction, or a different direction in life. It's like trusting it and using it, stepping out and trusting your intuition too. So use it a lot and trust it and see what happens. I know in the beginning, when I got a lot of intuition, I would keep it inside and then I would be like, oh, look, it came true. Oh, it is true. It is true. And then it started coming out in conversations where, talking to people, and a lot of people will get drawn to you if when you as your intuition gets more, because it's just like moths to a flame. And as you're talking to them, you'll say stuff that they'll be like, how do you know that? And you're like, what do you mean? Didn't you tell me that? No, I've told no one that. Surely you have, because I remember you telling me. Like, no, I haven't. That's because it comes into our brain like a memory, and we're like, well, no, that I know this from somewhere. But it starts happening a lot. So you start sharing it, and then you start intentionally sharing it. but using it for sure for yourself a lot, and then starting to share it and putting it into practice helps it grow too. So that's what you have, JJJ. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. Hey, Crescent Moon. All right, everybody, I'm heading out of here in about 5 minutes, but just want to make sure everyone knows I did start a new Moon Day Monday. So, like, I'm starting to put out like social media posts to into the community area on YouTube. The the when there's a new moon and any kind of significant stuff. But this video, we dive deep into each week what different signs the moon is going into, and also any significant planetary things that are going on. So be sure to check that out. And then every Tuesday, so that's Moon Day Mondays, and we have Take 10 Tuesdays. Take 10 was then, where I put out a video that's 10 minutes or less that does talk about how we can connect to the spirit world, how we can connect to ourselves, and where I answer questions from my subscribers as well. So be sure to check that out. And then also, I guess I was going to start calling it What's Up Wednesdays, where we put out every Wednesday a pick a card reading. This week's was How Can I Transform Frustration? And there's a ton of pick a cards on my main page too, of course. And if you are wanting to catch up on any of those, all the playlists links are listed in the video. So there's also a playlist page on, of course, my main page. But if you're a Praying Mantis member, not only do you get advanced viewing of the following weeks of the all three of those, you also, like where I'm headed off here, after each of my free reading sessions, I go to my Praying Mantis members, and we have additional readings. We dive deeper with Oracle, and we have a Q&A on Thursday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time, where you can ask questions about me, about spirit. We do more readings. We dive into different things, and it's all for my members. So if you're interested, just check out the link in the description box of the video. It's $7.99 a month for being a Praying Mantis member. And it just helps me continue to offer all of these services. So that is what we have there. Also, I have giveaways. So if you haven't checked out, whoops, it's this one that we want here. If you want to check out any current giveaway information, there's a giveaway playlist here. And then lastly, I also put out a announcement, kind of give me think, that I'm going to have 50% off my services, most of them, for the rest of 2023. So my personal recorded readings are half off, my Hedges of Peace and Love are half off, and my Wish Upon a Star Astro readings are also half off. So if you want to know what any of those things are and the pricing, all of that again is in the description box of the video. All right, everybody. Well, I am going to head out and head over to my Praying Mantis session here in a moment. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your night or day, wherever you're at in the world. And please know that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there, and you guys take care. We'll see you.